Hey guys, Disclaimer Magic here, and I've got some bad news. Well, you probably already read it in the title. Now, you might have noticed the wonderful email addresses up on the screen. If you have any kind of comment about anything in this video, send it on over to these three because they're the ones who run Kitsune Kon. That said, I've got an unfortunate announcement. I will actually not be attending Kitsune Kon, and I know 99% of you are like, who cares? I don't live anywhere near Green Bay, Wisconsin. But I wouldn't necessarily close the video just yet because you're going to want to hear this. Well, okay, this might massively piss you off, so maybe you won't want to hear this, but listen anyway. So you know how pretty much regularly I'm getting threatening messages on Twitter, I'm getting, threatening DMs, I'm getting threatening messages on YouTube, threatening messages on Reddit, people trying to post my personal information, or I should say retrieve my personal information. People saying they're going to swat me, people just, the usual internet crap. Oh, because God forbid I tell people not to copy a deck off the internet and show up with an overpowered deck and act like a dick while playing Magic. Oh no, I'm a terrible person. Time to get the death threats out, time to dox him, time to swat him. I've had multiple people say on Reddit they still haven't deleted the damn post that they need to find my personal information because they're going to swat me. What the hell is wrong with the Reddit admins? I've reported the post like 50 frickin' times. So anyway, if you think I'm going out in public and telling people about it without a gun, you're an idiot. But I will mention, I don't go anywhere without a gun, period, whether people know about it or not, because you never know. You know how I know that you never know? Because my friends were killed in a mass shooting that was completely random at a place where you really wouldn't expect a mass shooting to happen. That's not even the sole reason that I carry a gun. You're probably thinking, oh, now Des is all messed up mentally, so now he's paranoid and has to carry a gun. No, just in general, I think it's a smart idea that about 1 in 100 people in any given area be armed for any kind of attack, a crazy person, terrorism, anything. Now, since I talk about or show a gun in every third video on this channel just about, it's no secret that I'm kind of pro-gun, just a little bit. And also, I mentioned in one of the videos, hey, if you're gonna be an idiot and try to actually, grow some balls and threaten me in person in real life, or even worse, try to attack me at Kitsune Kon, FYI, I have a concealed carry permit and I will have a gun on me. It's not a threat, it's just a statement. It's just, hey, don't do that. It's a deterrent. That's what guns are. In fact, ever since I got my concealed carry permit, which if you recall, they've only been legal in Wisconsin for about 2 years, I think, so not very long, I've had to pull it out and obviously not fire it at somebody, but pull it out in 3 separate instances, actually 4 now, I think if you count Pokemon Go. 4 times I needed to have a gun on me. 4, okay? I don't do weird crap or associate with drug dealers or something, okay? I'm just a random average dude. So it's not unreasonable for me to be carrying a gun somewhere and to tell people that I carry a gun, because guess what? The word needs to get out and more people need to carry a gun. Well, nowhere on Kitsune Kon's website, I even did site:kitsunekon.com on Google, nowhere do they mention guns or weapons at all. The closest they got is, hey, we don't allow actual bladed steel weapons, but we do allow them to be sold. Because that's not a contradiction in logic at all. Hell, a couple years ago, the only time I've ever gone to Kitsune Kon, I bought some throwing knives there. I'm also very, very sure that, at least last I checked, the KI Convention Center does not have a retarded ban on guns. So there is absolutely not one damn reason for me to believe that I couldn't bring a gun to Kitsune Kon. None whatsoever. It's nowhere in any of their documentation, nothing. Might be in some kind of pre-order agreement, but surprise, I was paying at the door. I even asked people who attended in the past. They said, well, I know they don't allow real swords, but I have no idea. I mean, I'm sure with a concealed carry permit, it'll be fine. That's what every last damn person said. Well, today I was notified that, oh, since I'm threatening to bring a gun to Kitsune Kon, oh no, which is perfectly within my legal right, both by the Constitution and the fact that I have a concealed carry permit that's legal in Wisconsin, oh no, I'm not welcome to come anymore. What the hell stupid liberal snowflake retard decided on that? I'd love to know. So let's break down the arguments on both sides, for and against concealed guns that nobody can see and nobody knows you have. Okay, so their arguments, as far as I can tell, because there wasn't a lot of details here, consist of guns are scary. That's it. That is literally their argument, the whole thing. So what's my take on it? Nobody knows I have it, but if the need arises for me to pull out a gun for any reason, you are going to be damn happy that I have one. Now, the probability of some kind of mass shooting or somebody being violent or somebody threatening somebody else's life or, just whatever, terrorist attack, whatever, it's very incredibly low. Obviously, anybody will admit that, but it's also not zero. So let's see, what are the downsides to somebody having a weapon on them that absolutely nobody knows about, nobody can see? Yep, that's about all of them. So these idiot liberal morons who are anti-gun, their extent of their knowledge is every single gun owner is violent, they're all evil, and they're right on the verge of just pulling it out and shooting somebody. Boy, I better not make them mad because then they'll put a gun in my face. Yeah, because that happens all the time. The type of people who would whip out a gun and shoot you because of an emotional outburst or something are the type that don't have concealed carry permits. They just carry a gun because they want to, and they don't care about the laws. Well, newsflash, I take my gun off to go into the post office because of the stupid laws. I don't agree with them, but I comply with them. In fact, if I was notified at Kitsune Kon that I wasn't allowed to carry a gun, it would go right back out into the car. The reason I said that I don't care what the laws are and I'll be armed no matter what is to deter people from trying to attack me because I'm not an idiot and my own safety is at risk here. Wisconsin's idiotic laws mean that a taser is a deadly weapon. They have classified it as a literal dictionary definition deadly weapon. It is virtually impossible to kill somebody with a taser, but nope, can't have them, can't have those either. So if somebody puts up a no weapons sign, no deadly weapons allowed on the premises, nope, you can't have a taser either. I think I can still have pepper spray, but yeah, in a crowded area, yeah, that'll be my first choice of weapons. I wouldn't even brought it. So whatever dumbass liberal snowflake decided, nope, we can't have any weapons here. Okay, here's how that works in Wisconsin. Because what happened was as soon as the concealed carry permits became a thing, all the whiny little anti-gun Democrat morons put up a sign on their business that says no guns. Well, first of all, they lost about a quarter of their customer base. So a lot of them came right back down off the windows pretty damn quick. I mean, Wizards of the Coast is even noticing themselves that if you hold an unpopular belief and you parade it around, you're going to piss off the people that don't agree with you and they're not going to buy anything from you. I think most businesses actually figured that out. Chick-fil-A definitely heard about that one. That one was a little bit more complicated because I believe they had to state that, whatever. Don't bring politics into business if you don't have to. That's the golden rule of, I guess, marketing and PR, you would say. The other reason is because one person got injured during a robbery and they had to legally leave their gun in their car because they had a no weapons sign. They sued the business owner and they won. What it means when you ban guns at your event or at your premises is you're now responsible for protecting everybody. So Kitsune Kon, what exactly are you doing to protect the couple thousand people that are going to show up? I'm very curious because the year I showed up, it was nothing, not a damn thing. Nobody's walking around with a weapon. Security is a joke. They aren't even trained in how to like handle an active shooter situation. I mean, unless I'm completely missing the mark here, but yeah, it's pretty much an unprofessional event run by people who are not like, I love making events and I'm a professional event planner. All I do for a living is put on events, so I'm going to put on an event. No, it's like, I like anime, let's struggle through this. And the one time I went to Kitsune Kon, it was a disorganized disaster. So obviously security is not their specialty. So let's say somebody does try something. Somebody gets assaulted, somebody gets killed, somebody gets stabbed, or just whatever, something bad happens. Every single person, injured or not, can sue them for psychological damages or medical damages if they did get injured in an event because you made them all keep their guns outside. So while the probability of anything like that happening at any given event is insanely low, it's there and it's incredibly stupid. I'm surprised an insurance company even like covered your event as soon as you told them that you're not having guns there. They're banned from the premises. That is so freaking stupidly irresponsible and dangerous to everybody in attendance. So from what I've seen and what I know, which isn't much, obviously, I don't talk to the organizers regularly, although I am going to have a little chat with some of them to figure out who the hell's idea this was. I would extrapolate that their plan in case of some kind of attack, active shooter, crazy person, mental patient, whatever, just some kind of event is everybody run and call the police. Yeah, that's effective. That's been historically effective in the news at the couple hundred mass shootings in the US in the last couple years. Yeah, really good idea, guys. Great plan. Yeah, I'm sure with all the parking and the traffic that the police will get there just in time to save everybody's life. Yeah. No, it's not like, you know, every 100th person, give or take, would have a gun on them and could return fire instantly and actually help with the situation. And God knows you're apparently not going to hire, you know, armed security because that costs too much money, which actually, that's a reasonable point. But then don't go telling me that I have to leave my gun in my car. And by the way, FYI, in case you didn't catch it, they never told me this. This was never put anywhere in all their documentation, their website, anything. Anything I went out of my way to look at, I could not find one word about not allowing guns. The first I heard about it was, hey, you're banned, you can't show up. Absolutely, unexcusably ridiculous. See, this is what happens when clueless liberal idiots get put in charge of something, be it a company, an event, anything. They take their own, morality or lack thereof, I guess we'll say, and their own ridiculous biases and everything, and then enforce them on everybody and just ruin everything. This is why you don't hire stupid millennial snowflakes and liberals at your company, because if you have them even touch planning, PR, marketing, any of that, they are going to ruin it. They just can't get past their own idiotic, incorrect assumptions and do their job. They just start affecting everything around them with their sheer stupidity and lack of wisdom. So you know what would have been my response? Hey, Des, we heard you're coming, and we heard that you're a concealed carry permit owner. I know we didn't put this anywhere on our damn website at all, but you can't bring guns, so just don't. That would have been an appropriate, adult, mature, reasonable response, instead of just don't show up, guns are scary, we don't like you, Speaking of that, let's focus on the we don't like you part. I have a feeling that a couple prominent Magic the Gathering players or longtime players that do not like my channel are on the, board of directors or whatever the hell you want to call it, the committee for Kitsune Kon, and this has nothing to do with guns, they just didn't want me to show up because they don't like me. That's probably way more likely, but it's probably a 60-40 with 40% being just some gun-phobic moron. Either way, screw Kitsune Kon. If I were you, I wouldn't show up. I just wouldn't because, one, you're very slightly more in danger than you would be going anywhere else if you're a concealed carry permit owner. But then again, even if you're not, there are none around you now to keep you safe. And also, like I said, I've only been to Kitsune Kon once, and it was a disorganized mess and a complete disaster because, honestly, the people planning it are not very good at planning it. I mean, if you look at their website right now, they don't have a schedule posted. Why? What the hell? How am I supposed to know which day to show up? I mean, at the most basic level, tell people what's going on at your event, what is going to occur and when and where. Like, seriously. I mean, I don't think they even have, parking instructions on it. Like, it's really, really, really poorly designed. And, we'll just say a friend or family member of mine does large event planning, so I kind of get into that too myself, so it's pretty cringy looking at the way that they run their event and how easy it would be to not royally screw it up. So honestly, if guns aren't that big of an issue to you and you're just like, I don't care about this, yes, it's ridiculously unfair and stupid and just backstabby what they did to you, but I don't personally think that there will be any kind of issue, and whether people have guns around me or not, don't care. I mean, that's your own personal thing. I mean, eventually, probably an event's going to happen in your life that'll make you think otherwise, but if you want to keep pretending that, nothing bad can ever happen to you, yeah, go for it. Whatever. That's your choice. It's America. Whatever. But just on principle, I would say do not show up to Kitsune Kon. Don't go to it next year. I'm never even going anywhere near it. And if I find out who specifically made the decision to say that I'm banned from showing up, I'll be sure to update you guys on that situation. And I'll be sure to tell them what I think of them, too. In the meantime, like I said at the beginning, if you have a comment that you'd like to share with Kitsune Kon about the awesome way that they do their event, or you buying a ticket on, the assurance that I'd be there and now I'm not, if you'd like to throw a fit about that. No, for real though, don't. Be polite. But if you have a comment about, you're as pro-gun as I am and you think they're making a big mistake and you just want, some letter to your congressman level, hey, I don't agree with this, don't do this, can you change this? Send it to the email address that's been up on screen the entire video. Do not send them something incredibly rude, offensive, or illegal, then you'd be stooping down to their idiotic, immature level. I mean, at the end of the day, if you take a step back and look at what really went down, they're discriminating against me specifically because I'm a gun owner, and they don't agree with that for some reason. They just think that there should be no guns in the whole world because, yeah, that works so well in countries that don't have guns. You know what they have? Truck attacks and mass stabbings. Oh, and bombings and poisonings, don't forget that. So you can either toddler-proof the entire Earth and just make nothing explosive, nothing corrosive, get rid of all acids, poisons, and come on, I mean, really? Or you can just let people, good people that pass the background check and have perfectly legitimate reasons to carry a gun, just carry a gun. There were whole countries that weren't invaded in World War II because of their gun ownership levels. The Axis powers were like, you know what, we can't take these losses. We know everybody's armed. I think actually in the country it was mandatory that most people be armed. So yeah, they just said that there's no way. Like, we'd have to kill everybody. It's just not worth it. It's too defended. But before this turns into a gun debate video, which we're already there, let's be honest, I guess I'll just end it here. I'm pissed, but I had better crap to do this weekend anyway, and I really didn't have the money to pay for a ticket, so works out in my favor too. I will definitely try to plan a future event. If I'm the one running it, I might actually make guns mandatory, like you have to show a gun at the entrance or I won't let you in. But I don't know, I'm trying to organize like a really large tournament somewhere in the area, because I got a couple friends with venues that are still at least within reasonable driving distance of me, I guess. And yeah, it won't be run by stupid liberal snowflakes, so good. In the meantime, like I said, the one takeaway is don't go to Kitsune Kon, and make sure you let them know if you're as pissed off as I am. I'll see you guys next video, which I assure you will be a lot more upbeat and positive, because I'm already halfway over it.